So my next question is around showing item receipts by item.
Sure. So that's another pivot table. So if based on the question I'm getting the wrong, if I'm showing the wrong thing, please do let us know. Um, you have the ability. In fact, no, it's covered by both functions and by the pivot table. Let's do the pivot table first. So you can insert a pivot table. And let me again choose my parameters. I'm going to do star for the account. What that's going to do is it's going to return both sides of the document. And we can figure out from there what we want to see in terms of the finished output. Now, with the transaction pivot table, if you scroll down, you'll see there's a transaction type filter. And one of the transaction types is going to be item receipt. So let's see if we can find that. There we go. Right, so item receipts is there. Click OK. And let's go to choose columns and let's actually pull some item information through like we did before. So let's pull through again the quantity and let's pull through the item name. So that's going to be from the item object. And it's going to be the item name stroke number. Let's put that at the top. In fact, I'll set this up exactly how I did the previous pivot table. So we'll hide the detail, click OK. Let's aggregate the quantity. So we're going to sum the quantity. Let me just explain how this works. So typically, numeric fields would be summed. Any other field can be counted or maxed or minned, or you can group. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you choose to group by something, it will mean that you get different groups of data in your output. Now, one of the limitations of the way we interact with NetSuite's pivot table engine is that any grouping fields need to go to the top of the pivot table, and any aggregation calculations need to go to the end of the pivot table. Now, I'd like to say that's a limitation that we've imposed. It's actually a limitation of the NetSuite, of the Excel pivot table engine itself. So any grouping fields will always need to go first, and any aggregation fields will need to go last. We can then run that. And what we should see is probably lots of zeros because we're pulling both sides of the document through. And what we're going to have to do is figure out how to filter that document so we only see one side of it. And then you can decide for the purpose of your report which side of the document you want to see. So let's just wait for those results to come back. Oh, nothing. What's going on there? Consolidated star, January 2023, item receipt. Why don't we have any data? Okay, let's open up the data set. Let's go back further. I'm guessing we've got no data for January 2023. So let's go back in time, go all the way back to the beginning. And let's run it through to Jan 2023 instead. Let's see what that does for us. There we go. Perfect. Right, so let's open that up. There you can see we've got the item codes and numbers, or names and numbers. We've got the quantity, we've got the amount. And as we had with before, we can actually open those up. And here we can see the amounts. It does look like we are only getting one side of the does look like we're only getting one side of the document through. I was expecting to see both sides of the the posting come through. But yeah, it looks like we're only getting the 1200 codes come through, so that's good. So we're actually being able to produce a meaningful report. We don't have to further filter out each side of the document to produce meaningful numbers. And again, that's a very simple way of being able to grab transactional data, in this case the item receipt, and pull it through. Now, I did say that there were two different ways of doing it. The other way would again be to go back to the advanced balance function. Let's do that. Again, I'm going to do, it was 1200 was the code. So let's just try doing exactly that. Let's do the 1200 code. Let's go back to the beginning of time, Jan 2023. And again, we go back to the option value pairs. And one of the options that we can filter on is the transaction type. And so again, we can actually request a specific balance for a specific document type. And if we find item receipt, okay, fingers crossed we should get a balance returned. There we go. So several different ways of achieving the same goal. I hope that answers the question.